Okay. Good afternoon. It's Caroline Stevens, Seeking the Truth. And on today's show, I've got Eric Heaps. And we're on part 6, talking about Paul McCartney with John Brindley, parts 1 and parts 2. And now we're going to pick up on that matter, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, Eric, over to you.
Going back to what John said about the culling of or the silencing of certain pop stars. If you go back to 1960, I believe there's one called Philadelphia Project.
Right. So, what is the Philadelphia Project?
The Philadelphia Project was started by a group of musicians, all campaigning against music being down to 440 hertz rather than 432.
Right, so this is the frequency that people, for somebody frequency. Who might have missed one of the earlier shows.
I mean, if you to understand frequency in these sounds, if you go back to just after what all your frequencies were high, your rockabilly, and all that, your jazz, were all that, your Glenn Miller bands. If you go back to them now, all them people have been killed. If you go to watch any
all those musicians, like Glenn Miller, yes, they had an accident, didn't they?
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, same as the accident, the air crash. Them from America, the football team, which gets sung by Miss American Pie, and then you've got James Dean, car accident, killed because he wouldn't agree with it. But then if you jump forward to Philadelphia Project, the Philadelphia Project movement were where I believe it were LA police went in and cut this cult down, and all they were doing were playing music at the right frequency. They went in and they shot men, women, and children while they come to do it. Not one of them policemen had been held accountable yet. The woman who was left in charge of it, who was pushing the Philadelphia Project, she spent about 9 years in prison, I think.
Was this actually based in Philadelphia?
Yeah, that's what we call Philadelphia Project.
Right, okay.
But it's anybody can Google it. The scenes you see there, it's like sending SAS army in and just wipe them out. As they come into the door, they just shoot them, they're burning them, they're shooting them, they just destroy Philadelphia. Just destroy the area.
Right, okay.
And that is all to do with music. That is the power of music. Why do you think the Illuminati and the Rockefellers own all music and media? Why do you think Hitler went to Rockefellers to change the frequency from 432 to 440? Because we aren't that frequency on the right pitch. Your body cannot heal itself. You can't work things out as much. It's a major way to dumb you down and make you up.
Wow.
Just by frequency.
Because I thought Hitler was supposed to, there's reports that Hitler was good because he kicked the banksters out.
No. It was all a play. He was always to do his job. It's like Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was led to our family. He weren't put there for no reason.
But he's bad as well, though, isn't he?
But he was put there for a reason.
So why was Winston Churchill put into the royal family for a reason?
No, he was born into the royal family.
Right, okay.
We've got to understand there's two bloodlines. And all the politicians, and no matter whether they change the name or who they are, they all come from two bloodlines. The only politicians what are fighting for us are out of these bloodlines. All these people from these bloodlines have been put into government, they've been put into your law system, they've been put into your social services, they've been put into your banks, they're all the same blood group. They cannot breed with us because we are not their blood group. Do you know what I'm saying? We are not the royal blood group, as I say. They are superior to everybody else. And it all comes down to blood groups. And the fact is that they are all the same blood group. And they are trying to get rid of us.
They are. For sure. They're trying to eradicate
because
us.
If they eradicate all the white people or all the
Israelites,
as we said, if they get rid of everybody like that, then simple fact is there's nobody to come and reclaim the throne. There's no God.
Wow, yes. Puts that just fits, doesn't it?
That even goes on to what we're on about before we start video. We pineal gland. The pineal gland stays alive for 28 days after you die. Then you go to heaven, which is your spirit. Your spirit don't leave the body; it stays on the body until the last moment, which on the 28 days. So they believe that if they cremate you within the first 28 days before your spirit has time to pass on, that you cannot come back to another body on this planet from spirit.
And of course, it was those people that came back into the UK a couple of 300-400 years ago, and they wanted the people here to opt for cremation.
Yeah.
And the people then did not. It wouldn't wash with them, would it?
No, but they want to do it for the simple reason. It's like when you look back in all ancient times, and you look at everybody who committed serious offences, they beheaded them. The reason they beheaded them was to separate the pineal gland from the spine and the rest of the gland. And once that's separated and severed, that person can't. It closes the gateway for him to come back to earth.
Yeah.
Spiritually. So that is why now they are burning you or cremating you before you're actually dead, because you take 28 days to die after you've died.
And most people,
which is the 28 days which mentions on resurrection of Jesus.
So, I mean, everybody I know who's been cremated has been cremated within those 28 days.
Yeah, for a reason.
I wish I'd known this before.
Well, I've only worked it out a couple of it's like the ways of getting round you is absolutely unreal. You're getting attacked from every angle. I mean, this is off subject, and people might think this is a bit rude, but they've also started to promote gay sex, and not only just gay sex, but anal sex between men and women. Now, what you don't realise is that you are actually killing the person you love by that, because your sperm is programmed to destroy and overtake that cell. So when you are putting that of that cell to the gland, your bottom of your gland, which runs all your body, them sperm cells are destroying that cell, thus destroying who you are. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
If you look at the life of a sperm is to attack that egg. So when you put that into a system full of cells, you have got 1 million sperm attacking 1 million cells. Then any doctor can legally kill you off it. You are killing yourself. And if it's good.
Oh gosh.
Look at nature. It tells you, nature. We were all taught, sex education in school, that the sperm attacks the egg.
Yeah.
So if that egg is mistaken as a single human body cell, what do you think that sperm will do to that egg, to that cell? It's going to destroy it, or it's going to alter it. Which either way, it's bad for you. Whether it alters the cell or whether it destroys the cell, it's still bad for you. You see what I'm saying?
So it's important. Now, are there any laws in place at the moment that prohibits cremation after 28 days?
No. Not that I know of.
It's just the storage of the body, isn't it? That's the purpose.
It's a storage. How they've got around it is the storage is sort of 3 times higher in most places than what the actual burial is. And the government will only give you so much towards your funeral expenses, which don't cover storage in any way, shape or form. So that's how they get you cremated before you should be cremated.
And of course, burials become very cost prohibitive these days.
Because you have to buy the land.
Right, okay. And of course, then you don't actually own the land anyway.
No.
So that your body can be exhumed anyway.
Yeah, but if you look into your pineal gland, there is scientific studies why they can't understand why your pineal gland lives for 28 days. But that tells you, Bible, why it lives 20 days, because it's 28 days to resurrect yourself back onto this planet. If you go back and you all sit in, how many times, as your mum said to you, does that know? That just reminds me of the great auntie so and so.
Yes.
That is because in actual fact, you are. In our life, it took 28 days, but in actual reality, it took 4 generations for you to come back. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is why you are so alike people in your further generation, because people don't understand. This earth was set up for it works a simple way. You do not get paid for what you get paid, what you do in this life. You get paid in your next life. That's how it works. You campaign in this life and do your best in this life, so when you come back, the life is better for you. And that's how it works. You cannot no wealth and no amount of money will make your life better when you come back. Only you. So that's why it's set every 4 for 28 days, 4 weeks, 4 years, 4 generations. All music are in beats of fours.
Right. Okay. No one's ever said that to me before.
So that's how it works.
Right. So where do we go from here then? Make sure you're not cremated within 28 days.
Yeah, because if you're cremated in 28 days, that is literally like unplugging you from the earth, because they've stopped you coming back.
Okay.
They've cut the doorway off. It's like being beheaded.
Oh, actually, you were going to talk about the beheading of people in the past.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you go back to the past and you look at all these people, what have created mass crimes, even crimes in Jerusalem, in Israel, anywhere in the world, they always used to behead or burn. The reason they beheaded or burnt was simply cut the pineal gland off, stop it coming back, because then the spirit can't come back. So the spirit what has been beheaded is then killed, so that bad spirit can't come back. That is why it used to be beheadings and burnings.
So, how do you feel about parliamentarians being hung for treason? Because that's still
No, behead them.
Behead them.
Because whilever that pineal gland is fastened to that body, that pineal gland will then pass that spirit on to the next generation, and it will come back.
Right.
And it'll just come back with a vengeance. And that is why it was done a certain way. And like I said, that is why you don't get paid for anything you've done in this life. You get paid for it in your next life, which is how it works. You make this life good for your kids make it good for their kids make it good for their kids, which is then you when you come back. So you actually get paid for what you've done in this life.
Well, that's funny actually, because I'm quite aware that, if your forefathers had been perhaps under some sort of satanic spell, it follows through.
Yeah, which is why Bruce Lee died of it. All Lee family would die out, because they give secrets up to this, what is happening now.
So they were killed?
Yeah, they were killed because they knew the secrets to what was happening now.
Wow. So really?
Anybody who opposes these people, they kill.
Yes.
If you go back to Vlad the Impaler, which we were talking about earlier, Vlad the Impaler, the reason he put these people on them poles was simply to break the back, to sever the signal from there to there. See what I'm saying? That is why that is what they believed back in them days. Sever the pineal gland or break the back, break the spinal cord, break the signal. If you've got a signal, you've got to understand every frequency and signal. If you break that signal or that frequency, once it is broken, it can't travel any further. Only two ways you can stop a signal is one by hitting it with another signal, which is your EMF, and other reason is by breaking or unplugging. Simple facts. All they do is unplug it.
Right.
Or break your EMF.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add on that?
I don't know. We did good, to be honest.
We weren't planning to do this one, but I just thought when you talked about cremation, I thought it was so important.
As John said.
Of course, cremation. Sorry to interrupt now. So cremation, they reckon that the Illuminati engineered World War I, World War II.
But if you look at the word cremation, don't you think it sounds more like coronation, which means you coming back to yourself? I think it sounds similar.
But of course, during the World War I, World War II, all these bodies were being repatriated.
Yeah.
And it was a case of a good.
They made it, and the reason they made it is because they cut the economy down, sold the economy out, because England is sort of God's country. So they cut. All they're trying to do is they're trying to cut the actual Lord coming back and taking his rightful place, which is actually next year. 144,000 years is exactly next year in history. So by next year, the coming of the Lord should be, and I'm no Bible basher, believe me, far from it. Well, it's just what I've picked up through sticking my head down rabbit holes. And once you learn that syntax, which I found great interest, once you learn.
So I did. I did 5 shows with a chap called Justin Thorne.
Yeah.
And it was all about parsimony.
Yeah, and syntax and
Syntax.
our,
It's about
language
language.
changed. Our language has changed. Now, if you imagine, in 17 and 1600s, they used to burn witches and wizards at stake because of what they wrote. Well, all they wrote were words. In actual fact, words have got that much power, they can destroy you or rebuild you. It's not what you say, it also includes pitch. It's like if I said to you, if you're walking down the street and I shouted, "Now then, clown, how's they going?" That's a shut up, mug. Right? But if I said, "No, then," you in a deeper voice, it means different. So this is what they understand. They understand words or spells. And that's why it's all done in different pitch and different frequencies, because that is how you program somebody.
And that's where the word Brexit is about spell.
Yeah.
And I was at the Tory Party conference yesterday. Not that I'm politically aligned to any party, but it was a case of I was talking to some of the cameramen who were filming the MPs, and I said, I was explaining what I'd done about the referendum, and I said, well, Brexit is a very bad word, and it just went whoosh.
Yeah, because people don't understand the meaning of words. It's like if you go back to King Arthur.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with you. King Arthur set pen dragons, not pent dragons, pen dragons. What do you think that means? Masters of language, right? Pen dragons.
What does that mean?
Pen to speak tongue. The pen means right, and the dragon means forked tongue.
So the pen dragons
stop people speaking with forked tongue. Keep language where we all can understand it, where it's not heard.
So does the word Pendragon mean, is that good or bad?
It's good, because they are the ones who write our language in such a way that our language will wrote, whichever you said it forwards, you said same backwards. It meant the same.
Right.
So it can't be twisted or turned like it can now.
Right.
You also spoke in certain pitches. All words were said with certain pitches, like if you go E, it were all put next to a letter, so you can only speak a single frequency, not a different tone. You only could say them two letters on a certain tone, which is why they were called pendragons, wizards. Masonic Masons have took that wizardry and used it against you. Masonic Masons are original pendragons. That is all they are. The pendragons got jealous of Jesus having, or Messiah having all this power, and they wanted it. They are using the Ark of the Covenant. Well, the Ark to the Covenant, I say. And that is why they use sandstone so much, because sandstone was the pillar of Isaac.
Well, maybe we should cover the Ark of the Covenant and the sandstone in part 7 if you're around.
Part 7.
A perfect number.
Yep.
So we should maybe end up on the perfect number. Yeah. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody for watching and listening. Eric has just mentioned the Justin Thorne interviews. You can find them on the YouTube channel, Caroline Stevens Seeking the Truth. So I look forward to seeing you again on part 7. Just stick with it. Bye for now. Thanks, Eric.